So let us start with the book Three Mistakes of My Life written by Chetan Bhagat. So here it is the first part of the mistake. Let me start. India versus South Africa, 4th ODI, Vadodara, 17th March 2000, over 45. Why did? Why the do you have to move? Isan screamed round out of the stadium din on the TV. I had shifted up to a sofa from the floor. Oh, I said. We were in Isan's house, Isan, Omi and I. Isan's mom has brought in tea and khakra for us. It is more comfortable to snack on the soft sofa. That is why I moved. Tendulkar gone. Now at this stage, Omi did not dare move now. Nobody moved for the next few overs. I looked at the TV. We were chasing 283 to win. India scored a ball ago 2-5-6-2. After 45 overs, 27 runs in 5 overs with 8 wickets to spare. Tendulkar on the crease, a cakewalk. The odds were still in the India's favour, but Tendulkar was out, and that explained the frowns on Isan's forehead. The khakras crispy, Omi said. Isan glared out. Omi chiding him for his shallow sensory pleasure in a moment of national grief. Omi and I kept our teacup aside and looked suitably mournful. The crowd clapped as Tendulkar made his exit. Jadeja came to the crease and added 6 more runs. End of the 45 overs, India 262 by 3. 21 more runs to win in 4 overs with 7 wickets in hand. Over 46. He made 122. The guy did his job. Just a few finals closing shots left. Why are you getting so worked up? I asked during a commercial break. I reached for my teacup, but Isan signaled me to leave it alone. We were not getting to indulge until the fate of the match was decided. Isan was pissed with us anyway. The match was in Vadodara, just 2 hours away from the Ahmedabad. But we could not go, one because we did not have money, and two because I had my correspondence exam in the 2 days, of course. I had wasted the whole day watching the match on the TV instead. So reason number 2 did not really hold much weight. It is 5.25 run required per hour. I said not able to resist to doing a mathematical calculation. That is the one reason I like cricket. There is so much maths in it. You do not know this team Tendulkar goes. They panic. It is not about the average. It is like the queen bee is dead. The hive losses order. Isan said. Omi nodded as he normally does to whatever Isan has to say about cricket. Anyway, I hope you realize we did not meet the todays to see this match. We have to decide what Mr. Isan is doing about his future, right? I said. Isan had always avoided this topic ever since he ran away from India a year ago. His dad has already sarcastically commented, cut a cake today to celebrate 1 year of your unusualness. However, today I had a plan. I need to sit them down to talk about our lives, of course. Against cricket, life is second priority. Later, Isan said, starting avidly at a pimple cream commercial. Later when Isan. I had an idea that works for all of us. We do not have a lot of choice, do we? All of us, me too. Omi quizzed. Already excited, idiots like him love to be part of something, anything. However, this time we need Omi. Yes, you play a critical role, Omi, but later when Isan went, oh, stop it, look, the match is starting, okay, over dinner. Let's go to Gopi, Ish said. Gopi, who is playing? I was interrupted as the match began. Beep, 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 the horn of a car broke our conversation. A car zoomed outside the pole. What the hell, I am going to teach this bastard a lesson, Isan said, looking out the window. What's up? Bloody son of a rich dad comes and circle around our house every day. Why? I said. For Vidya, he used to be in coaching classes with her. She complained him there too, Isa said. Beep, 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 the car came near the house again. Damn, I do not want to miss this match, Isa. Ish said as he saw India hit a four. Ish picked up his bat. We ran out the house. The silver steam circled the pole and came back for another round of serenading. Ish stood in front of the car and asked the boy to stop. The steam halted in front of Ish. Ish went to the driver and adolescent. Excuse me, your headlight is hanging out. Really? The boy said and set up the ignition. He stepped outside and came to the front. He grabbed the boy's head from behind and smashed his face into the bonnet. He proceeded to strike the headlight with his with his bat. The glass broke and the bulb hung out. What is your problem? The boy said. Stop spurting out of his nose. You tell me what's up. You like pressing horns, he said. He grabbed his collar and gave him six non-stop slaps across his face. Omi picked up the bat and smashed the windscreen. The glass broke into a million pieces. People on the street gathered around us. There is nothing quite as entertaining as the street fight. The boy shivered in pain and fear. What would he tell his daddy about his broken car and face? His dad heard the commotion and came out of the house. He held the boy in an elbow lock. The boy was struggling to breathe. Leave him, his dad said. He gripped him tighter. I said leave him. His dad shouted. What is going on here? He had been troubling Vidya since last week, he said. He kicked the boy's face with his knees and released him. The boy kneeled on the floor and sucked in air. The last kick from his head smeared the blood from his nose across his face. And what do you think you are doing? His dad asked him. Teaching him a lesson, he said and unhooked his bat, stuck in the windscreen. Really, when will you learn your lesson? His dad said to him. He turned away. You go now, his dad said to the beeping driver, who folded his hand. Saying that no one cared about his apology, he trudged back to his car. His dad turned to his neighbors for one whole year. He has been sitting at the home, ran away from the army of his own country, then wants to teach lesson to others. He and his loafer friends hanging around the houses all day long. One slight long glance at his dad. He walked back home. Where the hell are you going now? His dad said. Match, why? You want to curse me some more? He said. When you have wasted your entire life, what is another day? His father said, and the neighbor half nodded their heads in sympathy. We missed the final 5 hours of the match. Luckily, India won and it did not get that upset. Yes, 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 he jumped. Gopi on me tonight. I love idiots. Actually, Isan is not an idiot, at least not as much as Omi. It is just that both of them suck at studies, especially maths, and I am good at it. Hence, I have these chips on my shoulder. It does sound a bit conceited, but it is the only chip on my shoulder. For instance, I am easily the poorest of the three, though I will be the richest one day, even though Isan and Omi are not particularly wealthy. Isan's dad works in a telephone exchange, and while they have lots of phones in the houses, the salary is modest. Omi's dad is the priest of the Swami Bhakti temple, which actually belonged to Omi's mom's family for generations, and that does not pay well either. But still, they are a lot of better off than me. My mom. My mom runs a small Gujarati snack business, and little bit of money I make from tuition helps us get by. But that is about it. We won the series 3-1. Omi repeated what he read on the TV screen, of course. It would be been too much from him to express such original insight. Someday, Omi and both born stupid. While someday he became stupid after a cork ball hit him on the head in class 6. I did not know the reason, but I did know that maybe the best idea for him would be to become a priest. He would not have much of a career otherwise, given that he barely scraped through class 12 after repeating the maths compartment exam twice, but he did not want to be a priest, so my plan was the best one. I ate the khakra. My mother made it better than Isan's mom. We were professional after all. I will go home to change, and then we will go to Gopi. Okay? I said as Isan and Omi were still dancing. Dancing after an Indian victory was a ritual. We had started when we were 11. One that should have stopped by 13. However, here we are at 21 jingling like juveniles. Okay, so we won. Someone had to go. In mathematical terms, there was a pretty good probability. Did it really need jumping around? I walked back home. The narrow lanes of the old city were bustling with the evening crowd. My house and Isan's were only half a kilometer apart, Everything in my world fell between this distance. I passed by Nana Park extra packed with kids playing cricket as India has won the match. I played here almost every day of my school life. We still come here sometimes, but now we prefer the abandoned bank branch compound near my house. A tennis ball landed at my feet. A sweaty 12-year-old boy coming running to me. I picked up the ball from him. Nana Park is where I had first met Isan and Omi. Over 15 years ago, there was no dramatic moment that marked the start of our friendship. Maybe we sized each other up as the only 6-year-olds in the ground and started playing together. Like most neighborhood kids, we went to the Belrampur Municipal School, 100 meters down Nana Park. Of course, only I studied with Ish and Omi ran to the park at the every opportunity. Three bicycles tried to overtake each other in the narrow bylane. I had to step inside quasi restaurant to let them pass. A scent of fried coriander and garlic filled the narrow room. The cook prepared dinner, a biggest feast than usual as India has won the match. Isan and I came here sometimes without telling Omi, of course, for the cheap food and extraordinary mutton. The owner assured us a small mutton, implying goat and not beef. I believed him as he would not have survived in the neighborhood if he served beef. I wanted to eat here instead of gopi, but we had promised gopi to Omi, and the food was fantastic there as well. Food is a passion here, especially as Gujarat is a dry state. People here get drunk on food. Yeah, Ahmedabad is my city. It is strange. But if you have had happy times in city for a long time, you consider it the best city in the world. I feel the same about Ahmedabad. I know it is not one of those hip cities like Delhi, Bombay, or Bangalore. I know people in these cities think of Ahmedabad as a small town, though that is not really the case. Ahmedabad is the sixth largest city in India, though it is not really with a population of over 5 million. But I guess if you have to emphasize the importance of something, then its probability is not as important in the first place. I could tell you that Ahmedabad has better multiplexes than Delhi or nicer cities than Bombay or better restaurants than Bangalore. But you will not believe me. Or even you do, you would not give a damn. I know Belrampur is not Bandra, but why should I defend being called a small town person as if it is a bad thing? A funny thing about small towns is that people say it the real India. I guess they do acknowledge that at one level the India is one of the biggest cities is fake. Yeah, I am from the old city of Ahmedabad and proud of it. We do not have as many fashion shows and we still like our women to wear clothes. I do not see anything wrong with that. I stepped out of Kazi and continued my way home. Turning in the pole towards Omi's temple, of course we called it Omi's temple because he lived there, but official name was Swami Bhakti temple. As I entered the by-lane, two people fought over garbage disposal around the cramped pole. There are things about my small town neighborhood that I want to change. In some way, it is way behind the rest of Ahmedabad. For one, the whole old city could be a lot cleaner. The new city across the other side of the Sabarmati river has gleaming glass and steel buildings, while the old city finds it difficult to get rubbish cleared on time. I want to change another things. I want to stop the gossip theories people come up with about other people, like the theory about Omi becoming stupid because a cricket ball hit him. There is no basis for it, but every poll in Belrampur talks about it. Or the theory that Ace was thrown out of India and did not run away. I know for a fact that it is not true. Ace cannot handle unquestioned authority, and even though he was really excited about the army, which was his only option, he could not stand some major ordering him around for the next 2 decades of his life. So he paid the penalty, cited personal reasons like ailing parents or something, and ran right back to Belrampur. And of course, What I want to stop the most, the weirdest theory that I became emotional the day dad left us. Dad left mom and me over 10 years ago, for we found out he had a second wife across town as far as I can remember. I was never good with emotional stuffs. I love maths, I love logic, those subjects, and have no place for emotion. I think human beings waste too much time on emotions. The prime example is my mother. Dad's departure was followed by months of crying with every lady in every pole coming down to sympathize with her. She spent another year consulting astrologers as to which planet caused dads to move out. When would that position change? Thereafter, a string of grand aunts came to live with her as she could not bring herself to stay alone. I was not until I turned 15 and understood how the world worked and I could coax her into opening the snacks business. Of course, my coaxing was part of it. The rest of it was that all her jewelry was officially sold by them. Her snacks were great, but she was no businessman. Emotional people make terrible businessmen. She would sell on credit and buy on cash. The first mistake a small business can make. Next, she could keep no accounts. The home spending money was often mixed with the business money, and we frequently had months where the choice was to buy either rice for our consumption or black pepper for the papads. Meanwhile, I studied as much as I could. Our school was not Oxford, and emphasis on studies was low with more teachers bunking classes with than students. Still, I topped maths every single year. People, though I was gifted, when I hit a turn 100 in maths in class 10, for me it was no big deal. For once, the gossip wine helped. The news of my score spread across polls, and we had a new source of income tuition. It was the only maths tutor in Belrampur, and bad maths scored has reached epidemic proportions. Along with Khaman and Khakra, trigonometry and algebraic become source of income in the Patel household. Of course, it was a poor neighborhood, so people could not pay much. Still, another $1,000 a month was a lifestyle changing event for us. From fan, we graduated to cooler. From chairs, we went to second-hand sofa. Life became good. I reached Omi's temple. The loud rhythmic chime of the bell interrupted my thoughts. I checked my watch. It was 6 p.m. The daily arti time. I saw Omi's dad from a distance, his eyes closed as he changed the mantras. Even though I was an agnostic, there was something amazing about his face. It has genuine feeling for the gods he prayed to. No wonder he was among the most liked by people in the community. Omi's mother was beside him, her maroon sari draped along her head and hand folded. Next to her was Bittu Mama, Omi's maternal uncle. He was dressed in a white dhoti and saffron scarf. His huge biceps seemed even larger with the folded hands. His eyes too were transfixed in a genuine admiration for the idols of Krishna and Radha. Omi would get into trouble for reaching the aarti late. It would not be the first time, though, as matches in Nana Park were a crucial stage around 6 p.m. How was the match? Mom said as I reached home. She stood outside the house. She had just finished loading a hired auto with fresh dhokla for a marriage party. Finally, my mom could delegate routine tasks like delivery and focus on her core competence. Cooking. She took out a dhokla piece from the auto for me. Bad business snucking out something from a customer order. Great match, nail biting finish. We won, I said, walking in. I switched on the tube light inside. The homes in our pole required light even during daytime. If I had have a good Diwali season, I would get you a color TV. Mom would. No need, I said. I removed my shoes to get ready for a shower. You need a bigger grinder urgently. The small one is all wobbly. I will buy the TV if only the business makes extra money, she said. No, if you make extra money, put it back in the business. Do not buy useless things. I can always see the match in color in Nissan's house. She left the room. My mother knew it was a fertile arguing with me. Without dad around it was amazing how much say I had in the house, and I was hoped Ish and Omi would listen to my propositions as well. My love for the business began when I first started tuition. It was amazing to see money build up. With money comes not only things like coolers and sofa, but also the most important stuffs respect. Shopkeepers no longer avoided us. Relatives re-invited us to the weddings, and our landlord's visit did not throw us into turmoil. And then there was the thrill. I was making money, not earning it under some boss or getting a handout. I could decide my fate, how many students to teach, how many hours per class. It was my decision. It is something about Gujaratis. We love business, and Ahmedabadis love it more than anything else. Gujarat is the only state in India where people tend to respect you more if you have a business than if you are in service. The rest of the country dreams about a cushy job that gives a steady salary and provides stability. In Ahmedabad, service is for the weak. That's why that was why I dreamed my biggest dreams to be a big businessman one day. The only hitch was my lack of big capital, but I would build it slowly and make my dream come true. Sure, Ace could not make his dreams of being in the Indian cricket team real, but that was a stupid dream to begin with. To be in top 11 of the country of a billion people was in my ways an impossible dream, and even though East was top class in Belrampur, was no Tendulkar. My dream was more realistic. I would start slow and then grow my business. From a turnover of thousands to lakhs to crores and then to thousands of crores. I came out of the shower and dressed again. Want to eat anything? My mom voiced her most quoted line from the kitchen. No, I am going with Ish and Omi to Gopi. Gopi, why? I make same things. Why do you get at Gopi? I cannot give you at home. Peace and quiet. I wanted to say. It is not late and I want to talk them about my new business. So you are not repeating the engineering entrance. My mother came out of the kitchen. She raised up covered hands. You can take a year to prepare. Stop taking tuitions for a while. We have money now. My mother felt guilty about a million things. One of them was me not making it a good engineering college. Tuitions and supporting for my mom's business meant I could study less and less for the entrance exam. I did not make it to IIT or any top institutions. I did make it a far-flung college in Kutch, but it was not worth it to leave my tuition income, friends, cricket at Nana Park, and mom for that. Not that I felt any emotion, it just did not seem like right trade. I could do maths honors right here in Ahmedabad University, continue tuition and think about business. The Kutch college did not even guarantee a job. I did not want to be an engineer mom. My is in business. Plus, I have already done 2 years of college. One more, I will be a graduate. Yes, but who gives you a job to a maths graduate? It was true, maths honors was a stupid course to take from an economic point of view. It's okay, I needed a degree and I can get it without studying much. I said, I am a businessman, mom. I cannot change that. My mother pulled my cheeks, chunks of dough stuck to my face. Be whatever you are, always my son first. She hugged me. I hated it. I hate a display of emotion more than display emotions itself. I better go. That that is your tenth chapati, Ish told Omi. Ninth, who cares? It is a buffet. Can you pass the ghee, please? All that food, it has to be bad for you, Ish said. 200 push-ups, Omi said. 10 round of Nana Park. 1 hour at Bittu Mama home gym. You do this every day like me and you can hog without worry. People like Omi are no profit customers. There is no way Gopi could make money off him. Amras and Rasmalai, thanks. Omi said to waiters. Is and I nodded for the same. So what's up? I am listening. Is said he scooped up the last spoon of Amras. Eat your food first. We will talk over tea, I said. People argued less on a full stomach. I am not paying for tea. My treat is limited to a thali, Isan protested. I will pay for the tea, I said. Relax, man, I was only joking. Mr. Accounts cannot even take a joke, right? Omi laughed. Whatever, guys, you really need to listen today and stop calling me Mr. Accounts. I ordered tea while the waiter cleared our plates. I am serious. Is what do you plan to do with your life? We are not kids anymore, I said. Unfortunately, East said and signaled, okay, then I will apply for jobs. Maybe do an NIT computer course first. Or should I take an insurance job? What should you think? I saw his face. He tried to smile, but I saw the pain. The champion batsman of Belrampur would become an insurance salesman. Belrampur Kids has grown and applauding his boundaries at Nana Park. But now, when he had no life ahead, he wanted to ensure other people's life. Omi looked at me, hoping I had come up with great option from Santa's goodie bag. I was sick of parroting them. I want to start a business, I began. Not again, he said. I cannot do that, man. What was it last time? A fruit dealership? Oh, I cannot be weighing watermelons all day. And the crazy one after that, Omi. Car's accessory, he said, there is big money in it. Omi said as he supplied his desserts. What put seat covers all day? No thanks. And the another one, a stockbroker. What is that way anyway? Is struggle. So do you want to do? Beg people to buy insurance or sell credit cards at the street corners. Are a military school dropout, I said, and paused for a bit. And you got a compartment in class 12 twice. You can be a priest, Omi. But what about us? I do not want to be priest, Omi said listenlessly. Then why do you oppose me even before I start? This time I have something that will interest you. What? Cricket, I said. What? Both of said in a unison. There you go. Nice to your attention. Now can I talk? Sure. Is waved a hand. We are going to open a cricket shop, I said. I deliberately left for the restroom. But how Omi interrogated when I returned, what is cricket shop? A sports store really, but since cricket is most popular game in Belrampur, we will focus on that. His silence mean he was listening to. It will be a small retail store. Money for a soft deposit is a problem, so I need Omi's help. Mine. Omi said, yes, we will open the shop right inside the Swami temple complex, next to the flower and puja shop. I noticed an empty shop there, and it is a part of the temple land. A cricket shop in a temple complex is not question. Wait, Omi, do you think you can arrange that? Without that, our plan is a non-starter. You mean the Kuber sweet shop that just closed? The temple trust will rent it out soon, and normally they let it out something related to temple activities, Omi said. I know, but you have to convince your dad. After all, he runs the temple trust. He does, but Mama look after the shop. Will we parent? Yes, I cited, but not immediately. We need a 2 month waiver. We cannot pay the deposit. I will have to go through mom, Omi said. Good, his mind was working. Sorry to ask again, but a cricket shop in a temple complex, who will buy? 70 years old aunties who will come for kirtan, who will want willow bats? Is scoffed. To be out of the restaurants in 2 minutes. Good question. A cricket shop by a temple does sound strange. But think, is there any sports store in Belrampur? Not really. You do not even get leather balls. Elsbridge is the nearest, is said. See, that's number one. Number two, the temple is a family place. Kids are among the most bored people in the temples. Where are they going to hang out? It is true, Omi said. That is why so many balloons, wallas hover outside. And that is where is comes in. People know you are a good player and you can give playing tips to every kid who comes to buy from us. Slowly our reputation will build. But what about Christian or Muslim kids? They would not come here, right? Is said. Not at first, but the shop is outside the temple, and what's the spreads? They will come, and what choice do they have anyway? Where will we get what we sell? Is said. There is a sports equipment supplier in Vast- Vastrapur who will give us a month's credit. If we have the space, we are good to go without cash. But what if it does not run? I said with skepticism. Worst case, we'll sell the stock at a loss and I will cover the rest through my tuition savings. But it will work, man. If you put your hearts into it, will. Both of them remained silent. Guys, please, I need you for this. I really want to run a business. I cannot do it without partners. It is cricket. I appeal to us. I am in Omi smile. I do not have to be pressed and I get work from home, so I am in. I would not handle money. I will focus on cricket, he said. I smiled. Yes. He was coming around. Of course, you think I will let you handle cash. So, are we partners? I stretched. Omi high five me and I is joined. What are we going to call it? Omi said in auto. I asked. Is named it. He would feel more connected to project. However, Team India Cricket is such a great name, I said, and watched Ish smile for the first time that evening. 2 rupee 50 paise each, guys, I said at the auto stop near my pole in Belrampur. Here you go, Mr. Accounts, I said and passed his share. The Team India sports shop opened with the smashing of a coconut on morning 29 April 2000. All our immediate families had come. My mother and Omi's families were visibly happy while his parents were silent. They still visualized Ish as an army officer, not a shopkeeper in Belrampur. May Lakshmi shower all your blessing on your hard-working boys, Omi's mother said. Before she left, soon it was just us in 20 feet by 10 feet shop. Moved the counter in the shutter would not close. Ish screamed at Omi. Omi's forehead broke into sweats as he lifted a bulky counter top yet again to move it back an inch. I stepped out of the shop and crossed the road for a tenth time to look at the board. It was 6 feet wide and 2 feet tall. We had painted it blue, the color of the Indian team. In the center, we had letters Team India Cricket Shop in the colors of Indian flag. The excited painter from Shahpur had thrown in the face of Tendulkar and Ganguly for free. Ganguly had a squint and Tendulkar lips looked like pea's tongue. But it all added to the charm. It's beautiful, Omi said as he joined me in looking the board. Our first customer came at 12 noon, and under 9:10 boy strolled up in front of our store, and his mother bought puja flowers. The three of us sprung into action. Should I ask him what he wants? Omi whispered for me. I shook my hands, pushing me in desperate. The boy looked at the tennis balls and bounced a few of them. While no one enjoyed playing tennis in Belrampur, kids play cricket with them. How much for the balls? The boy moved to the local balls. Clear, this was a price sensitive customer. He bounced five different ones to the ground. $8. You want one? You want one? I said. You have money? Mummy said. Mummy has, he said. Where is Mummy? There. He pointed in a general direction of the other temple shops. I picked up the balls he had bounced and placed them in the basket. His mother came running into our shop. There you are, Sonu, stupid boys. She pulled his elbow and took him out. Mummy, ball, ball. All he could say about his potential purchase. Do not worry, we will sell. I told my business partner. We made our first sale soon after. Two younger brothers wearing branded clothes came to shop. How much for the tennis ball? One said. $8 for arrow. $6 for local basket there. He said. The boy moved to the local basket. They started the ball bouncing routine again. As my heart said, so where do you play cricket? Is asked them. Satellite. The elder boy said. Satellite was an upmarket niche neighborhood on the other side of the Sabarmati river. What are you doing in old city? He said. We came to temple. It is Harsh Bhaiya's birthday, the younger boy said. I realized we had struck real estate gold. The temple was an ancient and ruined people from the new city too. And it was a birthday, every chance of pockets being loaded. You want to see bats? I asked from the cast. The boys shook their heads. Ish turned to me and signaled silence. Happy birthday, Harsh. You bowler or batsman, Ish said. Harsh looked up at Ishan, a grown-up man, asking an 11 years old if was a bowler or batsman was a huge honor. It meant he was now old enough to be a specialized, even though he may not have thought about it. I am more of a batsman, Harsh said. Defensive or attack is asked as if he was interviewing Tendulkar or on ESPN. Oh, Harsh said, you like shots? Ish asked. Which kid did not? Harsh nodded. Show me your stance. He said he turned to an eye and asked for a bat. I went to the stock for below bats. I had bought them directly from a Kashmiri supplier in Law Garden. I picked the right size for the buy size 6 and $200.